also understood this concept of prime numbers, composite numbers, factors, and multiples. Have you ever come across ever come across a scenario when your brother asked you to answer quickly if 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2 is divisible by 4 or not? Now, you might be thinking this is quite a big number, almost a 8-digit number, and you want me to just verbally calculate if it would be divisible by 4 or not? So this might sound crazy to you, that it is really not possible to decide so quick within a few seconds if such a big number is divisible by 4 or not. But actually we do have a solution for it. We do have a shortcut for it. And that is when what we do is we introduce the divisibility tests. Now these divisibility tests, these are small set of rules for each number, and they will help you to easily find out whether a number will be divisible by 2 or 4 or 6 or 5 or 7 and so on. So now it would not take a lot of time for you to do the entire division and then check. So you do not need to perform the division. Without doing that, you will be able to determine whether a number is divisible by 4 or not. So let us start with divisibility by 2. So how do we determine if a number will be divisible by 2 or not? Now a number is divisible by 2 if it has 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 in its units place. Now doesn't matter how big the number is, whether it is a 3-digit number, 4-digit number, 10-digit number or 20-digit number, doesn't matter what the length of the number is. You only need to focus on the units place, the digit that is present in the units place. For example, let's say we have a number 246. Now I ask you, is 246 divisible by 2? Now to give me an answer, you do not really need to bother about 2 and 4. The only digit you need to bother about is 6, because 6 is present at the units place. 4 is present at the tens place, 2 is present at the hundreds place. So we are only bothered about 6. Now 6 is present in the units place, so as per the rule, this is divisible by 2. Let's take another number. Let's say you have a number 100. So in 100 again, this is the units place. Basically, the last digit is going to be the units place. So here this is 0. So again, this is also divisible by 2. If you have a number like 101, so in this case at the units place you have 1. So therefore this number will be not divisible by 2. It's pretty simple, right? So you do not need to do anything. You just need to look at the units digit. If the units digit is either 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, then it is divisible by 2. Otherwise it is not. So it is as simple as that. Now, there might be a question in your mind that how does this work? I mean, how this rule works? Why is it that if one of these digits are present at the units place, then that number is divisible by 2? Why is it so? So this why must be answered, because without this why being answered, you will always know it like, it will always be like half knowing the divisibility rule by 2. So we will understand the why of this divisibility rule as well. How? Now before that, let me ask you, if I ask you to write multiples of 2, will you be able to write? Yes, of course you'll be able to. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 8 and so on. So this is how we write the multiples of 2, right? Now when you very closely observe the multiples of 2, what do you find? You find that all the multiples of 2, they are either 2, 5, 6, 8 or they have these digits in their units place. You look at any multiple of 2, even 2 into 540. Even if you look at this, you would see that the result is 1080, where you have a 0 in the units place. You look at any multiple of 2 and that multiple of 2 will have one of these digits in its units place. Now, since every multiple of 2 has 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 in its units place, what does it mean? Now, every multiple of 2 is exactly divisible by 2. That is why it is a multiple of 2. Right? So that means whenever we are looking at a number which has a unit, which has 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 in its units place, that number is basically a multiple of 2. Now let's say if I write a number as big as this, 1, 3, 1, 6, 7, 9, 4, 3, 2, 5, 6. If I write a number as big as this, we just look at its units place and we find a 6 here. This shows that this big number is a multiple of 2. That means this big number is divisible by 2. And that is why this rule works. So with this rule in place, you can very quickly tell, within seconds you can say whether a number is divisible by 2 or not. So let us quickly look at these numbers on the screen and find out if these are divisible by 2 or not. So let us look at the first number, that is 2, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 at the units place, therefore it is divisible by 2. You have 2, 8, 7, 0, 0, 0, 0. Again you have 0 at the units place, so this is also divisible by 2. For 1, 0, 0, 0, 7, 6, 1, we have 1 at the units place, so it is not divisible by 2. For 1, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3, 9, we have 9 at the units place, therefore this is also not divisible by 2. Now, if you want to cross check that, okay, fine, I do understand the rule and I also see that it works. But if you want a real verification by doing a real division, we can do even that. Let us actually divide this 2, 4, 5, 6 by 2 and see if it is getting divided by 2 or not. So you see it gets completely divisible by 2. So in a similar way, if you perform real division with actual division, you will see that these numbers, the first two numbers are divisible by 2 and the last two numbers are not divisible by 2.
Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you. Hello friends, this video on playing with numbers part 14 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam.
In a similar way, we will look at the divisibility by 3. How do we know if a particular number is divisible by 3 or not? So a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is a multiple of 3. That's again interesting. So in this case, you really do not need to bother about the number as such. Just add the digits which make that number. And the sum which you get, if that sum is divisible by 3, or if that sum is a multiple of 3, that means the number is also divisible by 3. Again, quite interesting this is. Let's look at examples. Let's take the example. First, we'll start with smaller numbers. Let's talk about 39. So in case of 39, as per this rule, we do not need to divide 39 by 3. All we need to do is, we just need to add the digits. And the digits here are 3 and 9. So 3 plus 9, we get 12. Now, is 12 a multiple of 3? Yes, of course. Let's quickly write down the multiples of 3. So, multiples of 3 are something like this. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12, and so on. Now, let's say that you are not comfortable. If at instant it doesn't click to you if 12 is divisible by 3 or not. So, in that case, to make it even simpler, what you can do is you can further sum the digits of 12. So you further perform their sum and you will get 3. So now very clearly you know that 3 is divisible or 3 is multiple of 3. And therefore 39 is divisible by 3. Let's now take a slightly bigger number. Let's take a 3-digit number like 393. So in this case, when you add the digits, it is like 3 plus 9 plus 3, which is 15. Now 15 again is divisible by 3. Even if you sum these digits of 15, what do you get? 1 plus 5, which is 6. 6 is also a multiple of 3. Therefore 393 is also divisible by 3. Let's take yet another example, yet another bigger number rather, 3938. So in this case it is 3 plus 9 plus 3 plus 8. And here the sum comes out to be 23. Now is 23 a multiple of 3? You are not sure. So let's sum it up. That is 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. Now is 5 a multiple of 3? No, it is not. Therefore 3938 is not divisible by 3. So in this fashion, we can very easily decide whether a number is divisible by 3 or not. So we will also look at bigger numbers like this, maybe 6-digit, 7-digit numbers. Let's say we consider this number 141396. So how do we do it? 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 9 plus 6. The sum comes out to be 24. Now we are not sure if 24 is divisible by 3 or not. So let's sum the digits again. So 2 plus 4, that is 6. And 6 is divisible by 3. Therefore this number is also divisible by 3. So this is how the divisibility rule of 3 works. And again, I am sure that this rule is also very simple. Now the question is how this rule works. Why is it that we add the digits and then decide whether the number will be divisible by 3 or not? So let us try to understand the why part of the divisibility rule of 3. So let us take an example. So let us take this number as an example. Let us say we have a number 938 and we have to tell whether 938 is divisible by 3 or not. Now looking at this number, you can say that this is at the units place, 3 is at the tens place and 9 is at the hundreds place. Right? Now if I ask you to expand this number, will you be able to do that? Of course, because 9 is at hundreds place, so 9 into 100 plus 3 is at the tens place, so 3 into 10 plus 8 is at the ones place, so 8 into 1. This is how we expand numbers, right? We have learned it in our previous chapters. So we expanded the number. So now we will do a little bit of tricky thing here in order to prove that if sum of the digits is multiple of 3, then the entire number will also be a multiple of 3. That is what we want to prove. So in order to prove that, what we will do is, so instead of writing 100, we will write it as sum of 99 and 1. Now why do we do this? That's because we want to break 100 as a sum of two numbers such that one number is a multiple of 3. Now since 100 is very near to 99 and we know that 99 is a multiple of 3. Therefore we have broken it in this fashion. So 100 is written as sum of two numbers such that one number is a multiple of 3. So here we have taken that one number as 99. So 99 plus 1. Similarly, here 10 can be written as 9 plus 1 and we leave 1 as it is. So this is how we have rearranged the expansion. Now what we do? Now as per the distributive law of whole numbers, you know that A into B plus C. This can always be written as A into B plus A into C. This is the distributive law of multiplication over addition. We have learned this law also in the previous chapter. So as per this law, we can write this is equal to 9 into 99 plus 9 into 1 plus 3 into 9 plus 3 into 1 plus 8 into 1. So now these are the terms that we have. Now looking at these terms, very evidently we can say that few terms are divisible by 3. We know that few terms are divisible by 3. So what are those terms which are evidently divisible by 3? Now since we know that 99 is divisible by 3, so that is something which we know for sure, right? So any term which has 99 or which has 9 rather will be divisible by 3. So this term is divisible by 3. This term is also divisible by 3 because this has 99, this has 9. Now here in this case you can also say that this term will also be divisible by 3 because it is 9, but this 9 has actually come from this word, right? So here it is by chance that in this digit you have two such digits which are divisible by 3, but instead of 938 it could have been 428. In that case you would have had 4 here, right? So this term will not always be divisible by 3 because this digit 9, 3, this can be anything. This can be an even number, this can be an odd number, this can be anything, right? So we assume that this part is divisible by 3 because this part will always have 99. This part will always be divisible by 3 because this part will always have this 9. So what are we left with? So we are unsure only about this part, and this part. So these are the three parts which we are unsure about, that whether they are divisible by 3 or not. And what are these three parts? 9 into 1 plus 3 into 1 plus 8 into 1, which is basically 9 plus 3 plus 8. And what is 9 plus 3 plus 8? It is nothing but sum of the digits. So basically, which is that part for which we are not sure if that is divisible by 3 or not? It is the sum of the digits, and that is why our rule says that if you have proved that the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, that means the entire number will be divisible by 3, because that is the only part which you are not sure. So we only need to check for this part, if this part is divisible by 3 or not. So this was a simpler number that we had considered. Now let us try to prove the same thing using a comparatively bigger number. So let us suppose now this time we consider a bigger number like 4138 So let's say that this is our number. So in this case, this is units place, tens place, hundreds place, thousands place, and this is at 10,000s place. So how can we expand this number? This number can be expanded like this: 4 into 10,000 plus 1 into 1000 plus 3 into 100 plus 8 into 10 plus 5 into 1. So this is how we can expand this number. Now in a similar way, we will write 10,000. Instead of writing 10,000, we will write it as 9,999 plus 1. Similarly, instead of 1000, we will write it as 999 plus 1. Again, for 100, we will write it as 99 plus 1. For 10, we will write it as 9 plus 1, and the last one is 5 into 1. So this is how we will write it. So this, by distributive law, this would be 4 into 9999 plus 4 into 1 plus 1 into 999 plus 1 into 1 plus 3 into 99 plus 3 into 1 plus 8 into 9 plus 8 into 1 plus 5 into 1. So this is what you get applying distributive law of multiplication over addition. Now here, wherever you have these 99 terms, those terms will be divisible by 3. So these terms will be divisible by 3. So what are you left with? So these are the terms that we are not sure if these are divisible by 3 or not. So what are these? This is nothing but 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 8 plus 5, which is nothing but sum of the digits. So you consider any number. For any number, you would see that it is the sum of the digits that we are not sure of, whether the sum of the digits is divisible by 3 or not. So therefore, our rule says that if the sum of the digits are divisible by 3, the remaining part is anyways divisible by 3. So if the sum of the digit is divisible by 3, the entire number will be divisible by 3. So let us quickly look at some numbers on the screen and decide whether they will be divisible by 3 or not. So 2, 4, 5, 6. So how will you decide whether it is divisible by 3 or not? Add the digits 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. So the sum is 17. If you are not sure if 17 is divisible by 3 or not, so 1 plus 7, which is equal to 8. Now is 8 divisible by 3? No. So therefore this number is not divisible by 3. Let's look at the next number. So here in this number, when you perform sum of the digits, it would be 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 7 plus 6 plus 1. So this is basically 1 plus 7, that is 8, plus 6, that is 14, plus 1, which is 15. Now is 15 divisible by 3? If you are not sure, again perform the sum. So 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. So 6 is divisible by 3. Therefore, this number is divisible by 3. The next number is 131139. So again, here also let's perform sum of the digits. It is 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9. So here the sum comes out to be 21. So 21, again if you add the digits, you would get 3, and 3 is divisible by 3. Therefore this number is also divisible by 3. About the divisibility by 4 rule. So how do we know a number is divisible by 4? So a number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by its last 2 digits is divisible by 4. So in this case, again, you do not need to focus on the length of the number. It doesn't matter how big the number is. You just need to focus on the last 2 digits. So for example, you have a number 492. So you really do not need to bother about the entire number. Just focus on the last 2 digits. That is the digit as the units place and the digit at the tens place. So altogether that is 92. So now you have to check by actual division if 92 is divisible by 4 or not. And that is pretty simple. So if you actually check this, what do you see? You see that 92 is divisible by 4, and therefore this entire number would be divisible by 4. Now this is more advantageous for bigger numbers. For example, let's say you have a number like this 341208, and if I ask you if this number is divisible by 4 or not, it is tough to divide such a big number by 4. So you just look at the last 2 digits, which is 8, and which is clearly divisible by 4. Therefore the entire number is also divisible by 4. So here again you might be curious to know how this rule works, that why do we need to verify the last 2 digits if they are divisible by 4. So let's take the same number, which is 341208. So the first thing that we will do in this case also is we will expand the number. So this is at units place, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s and lakhs. So 3 into 10 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 4 into 10,000 plus 1 into 1,000 plus 2 into 100 plus 0 into 10 plus 8 into 1. This is how you will expand the numbers. Now what we do? Now here in case of 3, what we did? We wrote 1000 as 999 plus 1 because 999 was divisible by 3. But in this case, we want to check the divisibility by 4. So we will follow a different trick. So here what is the trick that we are going to follow? Now looking at these numbers, we have to decide that how these numbers are going to help us to find its divisibility by 4. Now if you look at it, you see that is 10 divisible by 4? 10 is not divisible by 4, right? Because when you write the multiples of 4, it would be something like 4, then 8, and then 12 and so on. So 10 is not divisible by 4. But what about 100? Is 100 divisible by 4? Let us quickly do an actual division to see if 100 is divisible by 4. And what do we see? We see that 100 is divisible by 4. Now since 100 is divisible by 4, that means any multiple of 100 would also be divisible by 4. Therefore, multiple of 100 is also divisible by 4. So that means if 100 is divisible by 4, then 100 into 10, that is 1000, is also divisible by 4. Then 100 into 100, that is 10,000, is also divisible by 4. Then 100 multiplied by anything will also be divisible by 4. Right? So that ways, when you look at these terms, what do you see? So with this, you will see that this term is divisible by 4. Why? Because this term is basically a multiple of 100. What about this term? This term is also divisible by 4. This term contains 1000, so it is also divisible by 4. This has 100, so this is also divisible by 4. So what are we left with? We are left with these two terms. So basically, what are we left with? We are left with 0 into 10 plus 8 into 1. That means the digit at the units place and the digit at the tens place. So we are basically left with these two digits. And that is what we are doing. What we are saying is, if the number formed by the last two digits is divisible by 4, because these last two digits are the ones which we are unsure of, which we are not sure. Our doubt is only that whether the last two digits are divisible by 4 or not, because the remaining digits are always divisible by 4. So the doubt lies only with the last two digits, and that is why we have made this rule like this. So let us quickly look at these numbers and see if these are divisible by 4. So the first number is 2, 4, 5, 6. So we will focus only on the last two digits, that is 56. Now by quick division, we will see if 56 is divisible by 4. So this is 4 ones are 4 and then 4 fours are 16. So 56 is divisible by 4. Therefore, this entire number is divisible by 4. Look at this number. This is such a huge number. Now, this number can actually scare you if somebody asks you to quickly tell if this is divisible by 4 or not. But with this divisibility rule, it will not scare you, because you need to bother only about the last two digits, which is 61. And it is pretty simple to actually divide and see if 61 is divisible by 4 or not. Now, in this case, what do you see? You have a reminder. So that means 61 is not divisible by 4, and therefore this number as a whole is not divisible by 4. Let's look at the third number. So this is also like a 9-digit number. So let's focus on the last two digits, which is 44, and 44 is divisible by 4 because 44 is nothing but 4 into 11. So it is divisible by 4. Therefore, this entire number is also divisible by 4.